Mid-Sodor Productions presents BJZ, DAZ, MRZ, MOM Special Production. Thomas Wooden Railway Remakes, the Railway Series, by the Reverend W. Audrey. Adapted from the television series Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends and the Railway Series by Reverend W. Audrey. Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends by Britt Allcroft and David Matan. Episode number 4, Troublesome Trucks, told by Donnie Zoll. Directed by Mid-Sodor Productions, written for James the Red Engine by Reverend W. Audrey. James had not been out to push coaches or shunt freight cars for several days. Oh dear, he thought, why did I go so fast that I made a hole in my coaches, and it had to be repaired with, of all things, a passenger's bootlace? Will Sir Topham Hat ever forgive me and let me out? Later that day, Sir Topham Hat came. James, I have decided to give you another chance, he said. I will let you pull a freight train today, and I will see how you do. Thank you, sir, said James. Here are your freight cars, James, said Thomas. Just make sure you have some bootlaces ready. James was most indignant. I hate when people talk that way to me, he fumed. Come on, said James to the freight cars. Oh, screamed the freight cars. Stop pushing us around like that. Stop being a big red monster. We want a better engine. The guard blew his whistle, and James puffed away with that long train of freight cars. Then James was reaching Gordon's Hill. The freight cars were really playing their tricks. Hold back, they giggled. You stop it, said James. Halfway up, half of the freight cars flew down the hill. Said James. Now we'll have to go all the way back. Edward was carrying a small passenger train when he saw James up at the top. What's wrong, James? He asked. I have to get my freight cars. I can't make it up the hill, he called from above. Can you help? Sure, said Edward. Edward left his coaches on a siding, and he buffered up behind James. I'm ready, said Edward. I'm ready too, called James from above. Pull! Push! Pull! Push! Grunted the two engines. At last, James reached the station. Thank you, Edward, he called. No problem, called Edward. Edward found his coaches and started off again. I was glad to help. Then Sir Topham Hat came. James was worried that Sir Topham Hat would be mad, but instead Sir Topham Hat smiled. Well done, James, he said. I think you are ready to keep that red coat. You're ready to take on bigger responsibilities. Well done, you, he said. Thank you, sir, said James. Hi, everyone. This is James. I'm glad Sir Topham Hat gave me that second chance. Well, in the next episode, you'll see what happens when Gordon messes up on his express route, and I have to take over. That's going to be a lot of pressure, but I think I'm up for it. I'll see you later. Episode 4, Troublesome Trucks. I think Edward derailed. Freight cars were waiting. Come on, said James. Oh, screamed the freight cars. Please stop. We don't want to be pushed around with a big red monster. Oh, come on, I keep doing that. Come on, said James to the freight cars. Oh, they screamed. Please don't. Stop being such a big red monster. Stop pushing us about. You will do as you are told, said James. When the guard blew his whistle, James puffed away with his long train. I think it might be off scene, but James got snagged in the railroad crossing. Come on, said James. Oh, 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 screamed the freight cars. Stop being such a big red monster and stop pushing us around like that. You will do as you are told, said James. When the conductor blew his whistle, Oh, gosh. Then James reached Gordon's Hill. The trucks were really playing their tricks up here. Hold back, they giggled. Stop it, said James. Did I move the camera? Left his coaches on a siding.